Starting with Radiant Black. We've been doing a lot of reading this week, so issue number 15. Check out the cover art for issue number 16. We're catching up issue number 17, and I think was last week's release. I'm not really sure. A new one could already be out, but Radiant Black issue number 18. In my absence of reading comic books and trying to catch up with weekly releases, I discovered that Radiant Black has exploded into its own massive universe, including several titles. I'm following Radiant Black and Radiant Red, but have not started reading Rogue Sun or The Lucky Dead, so I might be missing a piece of the story as they're all intertwined into one universe. But Radiant Black is definitely still one of my favorite titles coming out from Image Comics. Radiant Black has focused on lifelong friends Marshall and Nathan as they struggle with the responsibilities of having the Radiant, which is a miniaturized black hole that gives its user or possessor abilities and extreme superpowers. Both haven't experienced the power of the Radiant and have been the Radiant Black. Both are kind of struggling with different results of where their life is now, where one rose to stardom and fandom and the other kind of feels a little bit left behind. Issue 17, we kind of see Nathan and Marshall kind of come to a head in deciding what they're going to do with their abilities, as they are both being targeted and hunted for their Radiant by other supercharged villains. And in some really awesome fight sequences, we see them use the Radiant in a more creative way than I would have thought. One thing that these issues are doing really awesome, really investing in this universe. Image Comics is putting these QR codes in the comic books that expand on the story of Radiant Black and its spin-off stories into these short animated films, if you will, that are just really fun to watch and really add to the world that is Radiant Black. Being a larger universe that Radiant Black has kind of evolved into, issue 18 is probably got to be one of my favorite issues, as it kind of strays from the two main characters. In the universe of Radiant Black, there are several different Radiants that are identified by color. There's the black, there's a pink, there's a red, and of course there's a yellow Wendell. And issue number 18 of Radiant Black really focuses on this character. The structure of issue number 18 is really what I enjoyed the most, as it tells 4 different time periods for Wendell simultaneously from beginning to end. Never really experienced anything like that in a comic book before, and I just thought that was really awesome. And issue number 18 is pretty cool, as it focuses on a lesser known Radiant. Visually, the artwork is intense and is very appropriate for its content, as each page is just an electric, extremely colorful illustration of this expanding massive world that is Radiant Black. This is just a lot of fun to read. I had mentioned before in other issues, any form of translation of this series would be absolutely amazing. And knowing that they're already making shorts for this, I think it's only a matter of time before we see this in an animation or a live action would be absolutely amazing. Did pick up one variant, I think for issue 17, yeah. And this is just a really awesome depiction of Radiant Black. Other than that, they're all just regular covers. It has been a while, but we are caught up with Berserker, at least with issues number 9, and man, I'm really just a sucker for cover art because I think this is absolutely beautiful. Brought to you by Ken Reeves and Matt Kint, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree. The story of Berserker is just really, really awesome. Issue 9, and this is issue number 10 that we are caught up with. Issues 1 through 8 were really an introduction to the character that we now know as Unute, but was being called B in issues 1 through 5. And now we know that he is a Berserker, or a being that has been around since pretty much the beginning of mankind, and is pretty much indestructible. Issues 9 and 10 really get into the supernatural and science fiction side of the series, as we get a clearer picture of just how powerful Unute is and what it really means to be a Berserker. With issue number 9 really probably being the bloodiest and most graphic probably issues since the beginning, as the series itself has never really held back when it comes to the gore and the graphic nature of the title, as Berserker really begins to show off again just how powerful and what his abilities really are. As in issue number 10, we do see Unute really take steps toward making connections with his past and really himself trying to understand what he is and what his purpose is. The art approach for Berserker has been very unique, very stylized, and very deliberate in kind of making the chaotic world that is Berserker. And to know that we are going to get a translation, either in animation or in live action form. Berserker is just a really great book all around. It's a beautiful looking book, really great art, and of course the story is just kind of out of this world. Really love Berserker for what it is, and check out the cover for number 10. That is just really awesome. And of course, maybe one of my favorite covers is issue number 9, but there's been a lot. And we have some technical difficulties. Battery died. Didn't know where my charger was, so I had to record 2 parts. But Time Before Time, issues number 14. This is a really awesome cover. Issues number 15. And this week we also caught up with issue number 16. This cover is probably the favorite from this past week. This time-traveling drama sees main characters Tatsu Nadia and Robot Kevin travel to various different time periods as they are desperately on the run but also seeking to save Tatsu's life. Being deliberately exposed to a large amount of radiation, Tatsu is racing against time as he is traveling to different time periods, trying to find an era where they have the abilities to cure his sickness. The story's pacing is something that I really love about Time Before Time, where the first couple of issues really took time to build this extravagant idea of time travel and how it's used by these various organizations and syndicates to travel to almost any period in time. And as soon as the title built this setting, it has been a non-stop roller coaster ride where we see characters Nadia, Tatsu, and Kevin really in the midst of a cat and mouse chase through various time periods as they are desperately trying to evade the advances of syndicate thugs and criminals, and even deadly mercenaries. The artwork has been another really strong element to Time Before Time, and only recently in a few issues did I realize that they have been using different artists throughout this series to kind of try different things and try different approaches to the artwork. Given the nature of Time Before Time, where characters are moving through different time periods, it is really appropriate that each time period or each issue might have its very distinctive look, which I think does that really well for a title like Time Before Time. This is just all around. There's a lot of great things about Time Before Time. This is a really hard recommendation coming from Image Comics. I'm having a lot of fun reading this. This is the standard cover for issue 16, and just some really amazing characters that have been introduced in this new arc. This has been a blast to read. Time Before Time. And that is what we have been reading this week in comics. See you guys next time to see what it is we're trying to catch up with. Let me know what you guys are reading, and let me know what you guys think of these titles if you're reading them yourself. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.